Good morning, everyone. Happy Monday. This is your Monday morning motivation slash food for thought. It is Monday, April 8th. It is solar eclipse day. I guess I should have come up with some motivation around the solar eclipse, but I just thought about that right now. And so we're going to have to just default to what I was going to talk about. But I hope that you're having a beautiful Monday morning. As you pop on here live, please go in the comments and say hello. Good morning, Linda. Oh, Linda. Yay, boot camper. Boot camper to CBA. Hello. It's nice to see you here, Linda. Linda, every Monday morning I do this live stream at 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Kesey, I have been thinking about you. I hope that things are going well. Moved back in. Good morning, Carrie. Hello, Facebook user. Good morning, everyone. Hello. Trish, hi. There's a lot of Facebook users, so if I don't say your name, it's because it's just popping up as Facebook user. Diane, good morning. Good morning, Carol. Deborah. So nice to see everyone. Happy Monday. Happy spring. We're finally in the Northeast here, finally getting some spring-like weather, which is fantastic. Denise, good morning. All right, so your food for thought on this Monday morning in early April is this. We tend to take on so many different identities as we go about the course of our life, the course of our day. And one of the identities that many people that we work with have is I am somebody who is overwhelmed by clutter. So in the comments, do you feel like you are somebody who is overwhelmed by clutter? Is this so much how you feel that it's actually become a little part of your identity? I am somebody who is so overwhelmed by clutter. Yes. Yeah. Karen, good morning. I also have been somebody who has been so overwhelmed by clutter in the past. And in general, I find myself overwhelmed by a lot of things throughout the day. One of the most powerful things that I ever did was learn how to shift my identity. And it really comes down to you are who you say you are. This is a Gretchen Rubin quote. Gretchen Rubin wrote The Happiness Project, and she wrote Better Than Before. In Better Than Before, she has a whole chapter on identity, and she says, you are who you say you are. It doesn't matter to anyone else, only to you, but you are who you say you are. And the fastest way to start shifting your identity and the way that you think about yourself is to simply say that you are whatever you want that new identity to be. It's a little fake it till you make it, which I know we've talked about this on this live stream before. Not everyone loves fake it till you make it, but little shifts in the way that you speak about yourself, the way that you speak to yourself, and the way that you put yourself out there can make a really big difference in your life. So if you are somebody who is overwhelmed by clutter, another identity that you can try on is I am a clutter boss and I am no longer overwhelmed by clutter. But if that is too much of a stretch, if that fake it until you make it is too much of a stretch for you, can you possibly take a smaller step? I am somebody who is overwhelmed by clutter, but I am learning how to move forward. Can you add something onto that? It's kind of like the power of yet. I have not successfully tackled my clutter yet. The power of yet is another great one that can be kind of a little work in parallel with shifting your identity. So my challenge for you this week is to start to shift your identity to something that is more productive and more in alignment with your goals. And we'll go back to that. You can say, I am not somebody who is overwhelmed by clutter. I am a clutter boss. I am a clutter boss, and I am prioritizing my sanity. If that feels like too much of a stretch and you can't actually say that right now, I am learning how to tackle my clutter. I am somebody who is learning how to tackle their clutter. And yes, it feels overwhelming, but that's okay because I am still going to move forward despite the overwhelm, right? I am learning to move forward. I love that, Denise. I am learning to move forward. I am overwhelmed by clutter, but I am going to take action, right? I am overwhelmed. I am somebody who is overwhelmed by clutter, but I am going to take action regardless of the overwhelm. I'm going to touch something and I'm going to tackle it. I'm going to take one step forward. One of the things that you can do to really strengthen this identity is to say it out loud. So I know it feels a little awkward to talk to yourself or to say it out loud. And I know it actually can be really difficult to say the words that you don't believe out loud. But what I would love for you to do right now, if you are in a spot where nobody's around, or you could write it down if there's people around and you don't feel comfortable saying it, say your new identity, say it out loud. Just say it. Say it to yourself. I am a clutter boss. I am a clutter boss. You can just say that. I am a clutter boss, and I am learning to prioritize my sanity. I am a clutter boss. I am overwhelmed by clutter, but I am learning how to move forward. I am overwhelmed by clutter, but next year I will have figured this out. I am overwhelmed by clutter, but I am going to take action. I am a clutter boss. I am a clutter boss. I want you to say it out loud, and I want you to say it out loud again later. And when you're driving someplace later on, I want you to say it out loud. And when you see that eclipse today, I want you to think to yourself, I am a clutter boss. I want you to say it out loud. Just say it out loud. The more you say it, the more you can embody it. And it actually makes a huge difference. So when I was learning all this stuff, like shifting my identity and walking down this path, I thought so much of it was just complete and utter nonsense. I was like, I am not going to say anything out loud. This doesn't make a difference. I am a New Yorker, okay? And that means that I approach everything with kind of like I'm dubious about basically everything. I just don't really believe it's true. I don't believe it's going to work. I think everything is, you know, too good to be true. I mean, I'm just like, please, this is not real. Come on. I had to shift that identity. I am somebody who tries new things, who is, sees something that looks like complete BS, but says, okay, I'm going to just give it a shot because I have nothing to lose. I have nothing to lose. So if this feels awkward or silly or ridiculous, what have you got to lose by just trying it, right? What have you got to lose? Only your clutter. That's it. Only your clutter. So all day long today, all day long tomorrow, all day long this week, I just want you to say, I am a clutter boss, or whatever your new identity that you're trying on is. And if you want to if you want to level it up one step further, say it to somebody else. Say it to a significant other, say it to a child, say it to a friend. Call up a friend who will not judge you and say, hey, I just want to tell you that I am a clutter boss. And that's it. I am a clutter boss and I'm learning to prioritize my sanity. If you don't have a friend that you feel comfortable saying it to, go into your Facebook group that whatever group you're in with us, say it in there. Just make a post. I am a clutter boss. I am prioritizing my sanity, period. Just keep putting it out there. And the more that you put it out there, the more that it becomes your identity. And when you're faced with these struggles, when you feel like things are overwhelmed, you start to shift your reaction because you're changing the way that you think about yourself. It's pretty exciting. And I want to know, how does it feel to do this, to like have this little shift? How does it actually feel? So during the week, if you remember to do this, and if you're thinking about it, feel free to just drop me a note, like send me an email or post into a group and tag me. Let me know how it's going. Karen, thank you. That's very kind. You are a clutter boss, and I want you to know, everybody who is here on this live stream or watching this on replay, I think that you are a clutter boss. I already think that about you. I do not look at you and think, oh my gosh, there's somebody who's never going to be able to handle their clutter. There's somebody who's never going to move forward. I never think that, ever, never. I know that we can all be clutter bosses. I know that you are somebody who has made decisions in the past. You are somebody who has gotten through overwhelm in the past. You are somebody who has been through something in life, and you are a strong person, and you are a clutter boss. I know that about you. And my job is just to kind of help you see that about yourself. So I believe you, and this is a good time for you to start believing it too by shifting your identity just a little bit. All right. Happy Monday, my friends. I look forward to working with you this week. A couple of things that I'm really excited about coming up. I know that we're getting the scrub and shines, or people are starting to receive them. I'm very excited about that to see how it all works out. We have some incredible calls on the calendar for this week in Clutter Boss Academy and Clutter Boss Basics. I'm really looking forward to those. And of course, decluttering marathons and clean with me's this weekend. So exciting. If you have questions to ask me, my live decluttering advice show is tomorrow at 11:30 a.m. Eastern time. You can submit questions in Facebook groups. You can email us support@clutterboss.com. Get your questions in. That's my favorite segment of the week after this one, of course. And thank you so much for showing up for yourself, because you are inspiring other people just by being here. And that's really freaking awesome. Have a wonderful day. Be safe viewing the eclipse if you're watching it. And I will see you this week. Bye, everyone.